Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to a very special episode of Thai Talk, and today we're going to be making a carbon fiber panel for the AF18 Honda Dio. Of course you can see that I have the carbon fiber just here. So let's take a look at what was included in the kit that I bought from a company here in Thailand called G Carbon. So if we take a look here, we've got a few things. It's quite an inclusive kit. It's got everything that you would need pretty much. So let's take a look at what is actually in the kit. Of course, we've got the resin. This is a cleaner. We've got a dye, mono, super glue, and the hardener. Of course, we've got brushes. We've got sandpaper of varying different kinds, the mixing sticks. I also bought additionally some scissors, masking tape, gloves, and of course some digital scales for measuring out the ratios of mixing the resin. So now let's take a look at the pièce de résistance, which is the carbon fiber. It looks fantastic. The kit in total was around about $30 US, which I think is quite a good price. It's 50 centimeters by 75 centimeters for the piece of carbon. Anyway, let's do this. Okay guys, so as you can see, I'm going to begin sanding down the AF18 Honda Dio front panel. Now, I decided to actually buy this new because I had a couple of attempts at buying second-hand parts from some of the Facebook groups, and it didn't work out so well. So in the end, I just decided to invest in a brand new front panel. So as you can see, I'm going around with 150 grit sandpaper and just making sure that I get into all of the tight areas. It's sometimes best to focus on those first so that you don't miss them at the end, and then of course just give everything a pretty decent sanding at 150 grit.
Give it all for bad love. Give it all for bad love. Give it all for bad love. Give it all for bad.
Okay, so this is the panel after 150 grit sandpaper. The reason I'm doing this is so that the base coat will stick to the panel really nicely. So as you can see here, I'm just painting the panel with a medium thickness coat of the base coat so that the carbon fiber will stick to that after this stage. Okay, Okay guys, so now the panel's dry. It's been about 1.5 hours. It's not completely dry, but if I touch it, it doesn't stick to my fingers, and that's what you're looking for before moving on to the next stage, which is laying the carbon fibre. Okay, so the instructions suggest that you should start laying the carbon fibre in the centre of the panel and work outwards, making sure that you're not pulling tight on the carbon fibre because you can destroy the weave that way. And then I just gently laid the carbon fibre going up the panel and then gently laid the carbon fibre going down the panel. And then of course the base coat will do the rest of the job because you'll just push gently to stick the carbon fibre all the way over the panel. And of course, if you have some edges like mine, I just tuck them in underneath, and you'll see what I do with that later. But it's just a case of going around the panel, making sure you get the carbon fibre to go in all of the areas. It is quite flexible, so you won't have any troubles getting it into some problem areas. You would the same with, for example, vinyl wrap. Okay guys, so now you can see the carbon fibre is stuck to the panel and it already looks great. But of course, next we're going to put the first layer of the resin on. For some reason I didn't record that, but what I've done is I've put the mix ratio up there, as you can see, and that's what I used for doing the first layer of resin. So guys, here is the panel after 3 hours of drying. Now of course the instructions suggest that I put another 3 coats on with 3 hours of drying in between each one. So if you're going to do this, make sure you have enough time to do that. Now as you can see in the photo that I'm showing you, this is how I stuck all the tabs on the back. Now of course that's all going to need cutting off, and we'll use a rotary tool to do that with. Okay guys, so now we're going to apply our first layer of the actual resin coat. I've put the mix ratio just there, as you can see. It's the same as when I applied the first layer to lock the carbon fibre in. This one's to be a medium to thick coat. You don't want it to run at this stage of course, so just be cautious of that. But I was making the 100 milliliter mixes, and that seemed to probably for this project be around about 2/3 of the cupful for a decent coat. Okay guys, so now you can see the resin has set. It's been 3 hours, so it's time for the next coat. But I think you'll all agree with me, this looks fantastic already. As I say, it needs 3 coats in total, so now that's what I'm going to do. Okay guys, so here it is. This looks absolutely fantastic. It's had 3 layers of resin on with 3 hours drying time in between each one, and now this is dry. It looks like absolute glass, but of course there's a lot of high spots and low spots, and the tabs are still attached on the back. So first we're going to remove the tabs, and then we're going to sand everything flat, or at least as flat as possible without breaking through to the carbon fibre. Guys, I'm going to have to bring something up that's really important, so let's just stop the music for a second. So this has to be pretty much the dumbest shit I've ever done in my life. I'll tell you now, right, if you're going to work with carbon fibre like this, don't do what I did. Wear gloves. I would even suggest making sure you don't wear shorts, be with well ventilated area, and of course wear a mask. Because after about 15 minutes of doing this, I was completely covered in carbon fibre splinters, and it's not nice at all. It really isn't a nice feeling. Absolutely covered all over my legs, my hands, my forearms. So seriously, if you're gonna do something like this with a rotary tool and carbon fibre or sanding carbon fibre, wear gloves, wear a long sleeve top, and also if you want to, wear trousers as well. This was not a pleasant experience for myself, but I did get the job done eventually. Okay, so here we have the panel. Everything's been cut off, any excess. I've exposed the bolt holes on the front there. As you can see on the back, everything's been cut off now. And of course now we're ready for sanding, and of course we're ready for the final clear coat. So really I just need to clean this up. I'm going to leave it overnight and start in the morning, and this is it. Okay guys, so as you can see here, this is the panel after being sanded with 150 grit sandpaper. There's a few areas that still need a bit of work, which I'm going to do, and then I'm going to move up to the next grade of sandpaper, which is going to be 400. So guys, this is the panel after 400 grit sandpaper. As you can see, there's still some low spots, so I'm going to sort that out with the next sandpaper, which is 600 grit. So guys, as you can see, the 600 grit has attacked the sandpaper now, and it's still looking like there's a few low spots. So again, with the next sandpaper, which is 1000 grit, I'm going to try and get rid of those. A few isn't too bad, but we want to get rid of as many as possible. Okay, so here it is. This is with 1000 grit sandpaper sanded. It's looking really smooth, and I think I'm ready to apply the top coat, which is going to be the next section of this video. I've got something a little bit special, so I hope you guys are going to enjoy that. Hey guys, what's up? I thought I'd do a little bit of a review on this product before I go ahead and use it. So as you can see from the video that I've been making, I am making a carbon fiber front panel for an AF18 Honda Dio. I've spent a lot of time doing this, and I thought I need to give justice to the panel itself by using the best quality clear coat or lacquer that I could find here in Thailand. And this is the product. It is made by Samurai Paints, and it is, as you can see, 2K in a can, whereas it has the paint and the hardener inside the can. There's 2 ends to this. One end here, I probably can't, nope, I'm just going to leave it. In this side here, there is a button that you take and you press down, and that releases the hardener into the can, and then of course creating the 2K in a can. It says for professional use, so I don't know why the hell I'm using it. But there you go, this is what we're going to use. It says that it has a 5-year guarantee, 5-year gloss guarantee. That's quite a statement to make. So we're going to see how it goes. I've sanded the panel down now to 1000 grit. So it should be ready to go. I would recommend, if anybody's using products like this, to use some kind of breathing apparatus, this kind of thing, because obviously 2K is not like acrylic paints. It is actually a little bit harmful if you're breathing it in, but considering I'm using just for a small amount, it's just a very small piece, I think I can get away with it, and I have a well ventilated area that I'm going to use it in. So this is the product. I've got really high hopes for it. I've never used any products like this before. All spraying previously that I've done has always been with regular acrylic paints and clear coats or lacquers. So I'm super excited to use this. It has some instructions on the back there. As I say, it's Samurai paints. They have a whole range of stuff, lots of different 2Ks. They do a 2K primer, all sorts of crazy holographic gloss coats and some really nice colors. So this is it. This is the one that I'm going to use. So obviously, let's get to it. Okay guys, so I need to confess a little something about what happened with the 2K clear coat. Now, what I found with the 2K was that it was a lot runnier or sort of liquid than acrylic clear coat. So I had some real issues, and it ran quite a lot, so I had to fix that. So I just sanded everything back with the 1000 grit again to get rid of all of the runs and any imperfections. And so eventually I actually just used an acrylic clear coat, which is a very popular brand here, this one in Thailand. So actually it ended up being just acrylic clear coat, but as you'll see from the next clip, it looks fantastic. So guys, this is it, the final finished product, and I couldn't be happier with the outcome. Although I did waste like $11 on a can of the 2K because it didn't quite work out for me, I'm super happy with this outcome. This is the brand of clear coat or lacquer that I used. It's quite popular here in Thailand. It took a lot of layers to build that up to get that finish. Got to be at least 5 or 8 layers. But I'm really happy with that. I'm sure you guys can agree. It looks super nice, super cool, and really glossy. So altogether, the finished result, I'm quite happy with the outcome. So I guess this brings us to the end of the video, and of course, as always, like, comment, share and subscribe for more Thai Talk 2-stroke life coming at you from the land of smiles, also known as Thailand. I'll see you in the next video, guys.